Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
A huge congratulations to 4 of our local volleyball programs, Central Catholic, South Lafourche, E.D. White, and Vanderbilt, all played in the Cajun Dome this past weekend. Central Catholic actually made it to the finals in Division 5. Unfortunately, came up a little short there. South Lafourche had the best year they've ever had in volleyball history. And, of course, E.D. White and Vanderbilt are always there. Just ran into buzzsaws early in that tournament over at the Cajun Dome. But, again, congratulations to all of those teams as a terrific effort in volleyball in our area. Very fortunate. Got to talk to Tyler Lewis, head coach of Terrebonne, after their big win in football on Friday night. Here's what he had to say.
First and foremost, Tyler, congratulations on the big win on Friday night over Natchitoches Central. A game where, truth be known, you had a lot of kids who were dinged up. I mean, your entire backfield basically is dinged up. Talk about the game. Talk about how it sort of played out, and is that what you expected?
Well, you know, our kids played relentless, man. Our kids are relentless, you know. They're fighting, man. They're fighting through it all, you know, through injuries, through just being mentally tired, physically tired, man. It's a long season. To say we've been doing this since May. You know, we are banged up. You know, Bear is dealing with an ankle. He still went for 157 yards last Friday with the ankle. Alvin is banged up. Orion's banged up, Terrence, it's a lot of kids that's banged up, man, but that words of coach, I'm playing. You don't have to worry about nothing. I'm playing. I'm going to fight through it.
Very good. Listen, and what's nice about that is they grinding, right? I mean, you know, you're going to have those games throughout the regular season where you have a large margin for error, meaning you're just better so you can go out and win the game. In the playoffs, it don't work that way. You got to grind.
In the playoffs. Everybody's good in the playoffs, especially in non-select Division I. You know, we don't have those type of teams where you're just going to blow out. You know, you're going to have a game where you know, physical, you know, or basically better. But most cases, man, everybody's equal, man. And that game we had Friday, you know, we did make some mistakes that kept it close. But we never let that game get away from us. Our kids never let it, you know, defensively. We made the adjustments in the second half. And, you know, we held them to what, three, and that's right. That's in overtime. But, you know, when we got the ball in overtime, you know, our offensive line looked at me, Tay next. The question said, Coach, do we score or do we win? I said, yes, sir. You score, you win. Coach, we're scoring. We got you. And that's exactly what it was, man. It's crazy is that the play that we scored on, Stan, it was the first play called. That's the first play my OC Vitiv called, and I didn't like it. I don't audible all the time, but I made an audible on that play, and we ran inside zone with Bear. We got 2 yards off of it, so we know that he was keying up. The kid went down. One of their kids then went down in an injury, right? But Vitiv came back and snuck that one up on me, man, and it worked out in our favor. So, man, it was very, very emotional ending, man. Very special ending for those kids, man. They showed what kind of team we really are.
I felt when y'all held them to a field goal and then you get the ball in overtime, you just had that feeling they were going to get it done, that it was going to be a situation where you were going to score a touchdown to win the game. Exactly what you did, by the way. Now it's time where you got to sort of readjust, refocus, and it's now all on Southside as you guys are going to be going to the Youngsville area. Tell us a little bit about what you've seen of them on tape.
Well, you know, they have a coach with some strong pedigree. You know, Coach Curtis has been in state titles. They have in big-time playoff games at Manny High School. I'm very familiar with them by, you know, we played them a lot in my West St. John days. They're going to run the ball. They're about a 90% run team. They're in that wing team, man. They're in that unbalanced double wings motion. You know, you don't really see it too much no more, but we're going to have to be disciplined up front. We're going to have to be disciplined with the linebackers, man, and we're going to have to control that dive, you know, all night. Defensively, you know, I like our matchup with the guys we have. I believe that we have some good athletes and we can win a lot of matchups. You know, I believe that we will be able to run the ball as well. Like I said, we have to be able to control them defensively, and I think we can get out. I really believe that we can get out of there with a win stand, and I think that we'll be moving on to the third round during Thanksgiving break.
Talk a little bit, about the injuries. We talked about that earlier. I'm not sure Orion gets to play again this year, but kind of give us an update on that related to him and maybe who might be a little bit more healthy and who might not be quite so healthy.
Well, O situation is a toss-up. The doctors is on the fence on certain things with him. I kind of leave that in the kids' hand, their parents' hands, and the doctors. So we'll see, man. If he suit up Friday, it'll be great. If not, he's a great teammate. I watched him Friday night, man. Just picked his team up, celebrated, give hugs, high fives, man. And it's a true testament of the type of kid he is. Bear's gonna be okay. Ankles are very, very, very ticky-tacky injuries, man. Tatum is healthy, man. Tatum, Chris Stewart, those guys, our center, them guys are healthy. Owen is healthy. Defensively, we are healthy across the board. All right. So that's a big thing. We're kind of suffering offensively, man. But like I said, man, those guys been fighting, man. And them guys showed a lot of grit, and determination. So as much as they wanted, we wanted.
Good. Listen, thank you for the time. We are wishing you the best on Friday night.
Stan, appreciate everything you guys do, man. Thank y'all.
Got to take a time out. We'll be back after this.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.